Right, mate. Hello everybody, welcome back to All Leeds TV. A jubilant Conor and Oscar buzzing after that one. We're just at Ellen Road now. What time are we on, Oscar? 8 o'clock. Jesus.
8? How's it got to 8?
Christ, yeah. The Wednesday fans are going past in the bus. I just noticed that. So if we're getting any abuse, I apologise.
Somebody gets launched us halfway through this.
Yeah. Oh god, oh, looks like they're getting escorted, doesn't matter. Anyway, on to the game, guys. Magnificent 3 points. Now, what I want to touch on, Oscar, before the game started, I was in the fan zone and it was chaos. And we're in the pub one with the pavilion, and it was chaos regarding the Millwall game. Sheffield United 1-0 up, and then there was a penalty, wasn't there?
Penalty, and then...
Take me through it, Oscar. Take me through those horrible times.
So, you got half the pavilion who've got phones in their hand, so a little bit quicker in time, and then you got the bloody Sky Sports News on, and all you can see is Alan McAnally going absolutely crazy. They've got a penalty. Ben Marshall is on the penalty. He's hit the bar.
Is that what it was? He hit the bar?
I think he hit the bar. I don't think he's even saved.
So he scores against Leeds. Lovely penalty against Leeds.
And then, composed as you like.
Yeah, 10,000 more fans at Leeds. Yeah, as composed as you like. Gets down to Bramwell Lane, snuffs it, but. Then I don't know what happened in the pavilion. We were supposed to film on a stand, but
I've kind of lost the rest of the stand celebrating. I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, Millwall scored and Oscar's stand went flying, I think. But it was the same in the Foster's fan zone, mate. It went mental. Millwall scored, and deservedly so by all accounts.
Yeah. I mean, they've had 7 shots on target, I think. I'm looking at the stats at half time. I think they've had 2 shots on target, Sheffield United. Millwall had 7. Chris Wilder's been pretty scathing after the end of the game. He's been saying it just drops back too much.
That's what he said,
Yeah, he said we just played into Millwall's hands. So I think I just felt it gave everyone a lift. I thought the whole atmosphere of the pavilion changed. I thought it was like nervy. Can't say obviously a bit of the Foster's fan zone, probably similar. It's quite a nervy atmosphere. Still up for the game. I think that just gave such a boost.
Oh, of course it did, mate. I mean, going into a game, that lift, because it's so nip and tuck at the minute. It is so nip and tuck. Everything we do, everything they do, and the fact that we went in the game, Millwall equalised. Let's be right, a Millwall side who are buoyant at the minute. They're doing well. Beat West Brom, ran us close.
Yeah, they played well.
Ran us very close. And does that make our victory against them more important?
Of course it does. I think it's absolutely massive. You look at the turning point on that day as well. Sheffield United just got done by Bristol City. There's no predictability about this league. It's just nothing. Nothing makes sense why certain results would happen. Just absolutely, why would we go to Birmingham? Birmingham lost 5 games in a row and lose the game. Birmingham deserves to win that game. A bit of background noise here.
Yeah, apologies for that, guys. We've got the binman back there. But listen, it's huge today, and we'll get through the performance, but I just wanted to touch on that beforehand because it's getting to that point now. 4 games left, mate. Fucking, I keep doing that every game. Flipping heck. 4 games left.
Think about the sponsorship, Conor.
Trying to calm myself down. But massive. 4 games left, 3 points ahead. Yes, obviously they have an increased goal difference on us, but let's be right. We got Wednesday to 0 today. Yeah. They concede the goal, so that'll increase the goal difference a little bit more.
Are we 27 there, 30?
Yeah, I think it is now. Yeah, 27 and 30.
Actually, we've scored the same amount of goals. They conceded a few less, kept it a bit tighter in the back, but it's just. It's not over yet. Let's be true.
It's not.
We've got 2.
No.
Wigan's going to be tough, and then we look at a big 5-day period. 6-day period. Brentford at home on Easter Monday, Villa away. I've gone the wrong way around. Brentford away, Villa at home. It's absolutely massive. That is absolutely going to be critical. I feel a lot happier about it with a 3-point lead. We can mess up now. We've got. Well, not mess up, but you know what I mean. We've got 1 game where out of the 4 where we can struggle a little bit. We've got a little bit of cushion. A little bit of cushion. At one point, if we messed up against Brentford and Villa, it could have been like good night Vienna kind of thing.
Well, the pressure. But what excited me today is, we were going into it, and in the fan zone we were talking about it, and it put. If anything, it put a massive amount of pressure on Leeds straight away because United had screwed up, and Wednesday were coming into this game. Let's be right, the second joint form team. Me and you were talking about that. Second in the form table. They've come to Ellen Road, and I'll be brutally honest with you. And even if you're a Wednesday fan, you've been absolutely battered today. You've been battered today, and I will say that. I don't know what you think about that.
I felt it was more of a case of we were so good, and Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a case of Wednesday were poor on the day. I think defensively, they've how they've kept it 0-0 at half time. Defensively, I know they had to rely on Westwood and that lot. Westwood absolutely sensational.
Yeah, brilliant goal. He's just a superb goalkeeper.
I'll never get tired of not seeing Westwood play against Ellen Road.
He
always brings the best out of him.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, doesn't it?
And how many players have we got that to say about? Do you know what I mean? It's every single player, and it's Steve Morrison, Billy Shaw,
John Parkin,
Westwood, to name a few. But we've overridden it, mate, and to also not concede against a Wednesday team who've scored 12 goals in 5 games in comparison to us, we've scored 9 goals in 5 games. I mean, it's massive, isn't it, mate?
Not really. I think other than that chance in the second half that it hit the side net and that Kiko save off the...
Yeah, and it was more our mistake, wasn't it? It was more our mistakes.
They've not really cut us open. They've not really had a period in the game. I felt when Forestieri came on, I thought they might get a bit more. They might stick up a bit more. The ball might stick a bit more. But
I don't know whether or not those two should have started instead of Fletcher. Fletcher never really does it against us.
I was surprised Hooper started.
I've not even noticed him in the game. Didn't even notice Hooper.
I think he's 14. Yeah, I was looking at it thinking, sure it's Gary Hooper. I thought he's not played all season because Wednesday. With a team selection, I don't know if there's any Wednesday fans watching this. You might be able to clarify in the comments, but I think there's been a lot of controversy with the team selections at Wednesday. I think Westwood didn't play any of the first half of the season. There's a lot of politics there.
Dawson, wasn't it?
I think in the contracts and that lot, if certain players play a certain amount of games, I might be wrong here. They can't play, so I was a bit surprised to see. I think Gary Hooper was one of them. I might be wrong on that, but I was surprised to see him play. But never mind about that Wednesday. But what about the midfield too? Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable again, wasn't it? Unbelievable. Just the anchor, just doing everything perfectly, breaking up play. I mean, every time the ball was trying to be played from their midfield to our offensive, to their offensive too. Sorry, Calvin was breaking it up. And a lot of the time, I don't know about you, Oscar, but I feel the last couple of games. I mean, we spoke about it previously. I feel Roberts and Cleek almost make a front three. And a lot of the time we're sort of looking for Calvin to receive it on the back foot and play it right, play it left, and essentially get us going.
Look at our run when Calvin was out of the team. I love Adam Forshaw. When Adam Forshaw plays there, he's a different type of player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
It has to be Calvin. It's a concern to the extent he is the Fernandinho of this team. He is the most similar kind of player I can think of. He's so critical. On the ball, off the ball. Because it's almost a 4-1-5, isn't it?
It definitely is. You're right. Yeah, it is.
The two, when you're playing like one pivot, one sort of defensive pivot, you're looking at Roberts and Click, they're effectively 10.
They are, yeah. And sometimes you think that's a problem, don't you?
Of course it is.
Because when they come forward, I mean, I scream quite a lot, I'll be brutally honest with you. Not in general. Only when I go to bed. But in general, the amount of 10s we play, the only person who can pick the ball up in the midfield, you're shouting for them to get the ball in the middle and build play through that. And I'm always saying, come and collect the ball, Roberts. Come and collect the ball, Philip. Click. But they're different players. We want them to. If the ball's played up to Bamford, we want them to feed off them. But at the end of the day, when Bamford went off that field, we were just talking about it before. Ruth for Bamford in that game, with Hector as centre half for Sheffield Wednesday, that wasn't right. It didn't work, did it?
I thought, to be fair, Hector, I think, is one of the best centre backs in the league.
I agree.
Yeah, I think
completely.
I think since Steve Bruce has come in, he's really got the best out of him.
Reminds me a little bit of Mings, Tyrone Mings. Very similar.
He's nice and aggressive. Doesn't go too OTT. Keeps aggressive.
Good in
the air. Good on the ball as well. He's that kind of centre back you look at who could make the step up, and in the away game as well, I thought he was superb.
He was brilliant.
They had a lot. It was similar to that away game, wasn't it? We put so much pressure on them. And you're thinking, when are we going to score? When are we going to score? And then we did. We kept at it. I think in the weeks before this, I think the Preston result has given us that confidence again. It almost felt like
we've really reacted, haven't we? We've really reacted since Birmingham.
Yeah, we have.
And since Birmingham, Oscar, 3 goals, none conceded.
Yeah, and I was looking at us defensively. I was saying to you, I was looking at certain, individually. Alioski, Cooper had lost a little bit of form. Defensively, obviously Alioski probably hasn't had the best of games at left back today. Offensively, but defensively, I can't be too critical. And I think we just, Berra, we have to mention Berra's come in unexpectedly.
To say he's just back from such a long period out. It was as if he was seamless transition into that side.
He was bossing Stephen Fletcher. He's probably a foot taller than him, and he
was week in, week out.
He was bullying him.
Yeah, he was.
He was literally. And then Stephen Fletcher goes off. Like Stephen Fletcher, I don't know how many goals he's got the last couple of weeks, and he's been one of the
form, isn't he? Yeah.
He's come off after an hour. That's what Steve Bruce thought about it. He's had to adapt the system to that. And it's the thing. I think we've said a lot this season. I think Stoke away. I remember looking at the bench and thinking, who's coming on here? Now you look at it and you think, okay. We've got options to change the game a little bit.
And not only that, but you're also keeping quality players like Izzy Brown, and as of last week, you were keeping Jack Clark out the side, the entire squad.
That's the thing. It's mad, isn't it? It's a difference. I think with players coming back, a little bit more confidence. I think it's absolutely massive. But it's still a long way to go. We can't completely rule out Sheffield United. We can't rule them out at all. Look, it's 4 games to go. There's 12 points to play for.
Yeah.
It's going to be. It's still a roller coaster. It still feels like it's going to be a roller coaster. This is Leeds United at the end of the day.
I mean, we've been through it. We've been through it for 15 years now, 15, 16 years, and it's one of those things where our feet are always on the ground as a set of fans. I do think that with Leeds. I do think as a set of supporters, we are quite a realistic set of supporters. We're not going to come out, and I've seen a lot of Sheffield United sort of social media fan channels when they've got a point ahead, it's sort of jubilant as if they've won it, and it just shows that in the Championship you're never sure,
No,
Oscar?
of course you're
never
not.
sure.
No, it's not. I'm always one of these, I will join in with the Leeds are going up, Leeds and that lot. I will join in with that, but I don't know. I don't feel like saying we're going up.
I don't, by the way. I don't do that because I'm so superstitious. Sensible. I can't. I did that through the Monk era, and it bit me on the arse with all my friends. So yeah.
Bursting away at the Monk era told me to never ever think anything's done. A week where we lost to Bert.
Was that Murphy? Did Murphy score?
No,
it was 2-1, wasn't it?
It was someone like Luke Varney scored as well.
Christ.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever felt. But I remember that season we beat Brighton. Similar kind of stage this time of the season. We had such a massive lead.
Yeah.
And then it went wrong. You just don't know in the Championship. You just don't know.
But mate, we've never been at the stage in 15 years.
No.
With 4 games to go, 3 games ahead. 3 games ahead, which it really is. And mate, not only is it in our own hands now, but the sort of pathway has been sort of paved for Leeds United.
It's the way it's happened as well. I don't think anyone sort of thought when you predicted the results. We've done that a lot. We've done that a lot, tallying up.
Which never works.
It doesn't. It's a championship.
It never works.
You can't do that. You look at it and you think to yourself, the switch in results has happened when we played Preston away, Sheffield Wednesday at home, and they played Millwall at home and Birmingham away. And 2 teams who were out of form. Not so much Millwall, but Birmingham. And you're thinking, how's it switched so much? You know what I mean? It's just like this time last week, Birmingham at home, away. Sorry, I was absolutely on the floor. I did this Sky thing afterwards, and I watched it and thought, God, like.
Yeah, we're same with QPR.
No, he's so down. I thought to myself, and then it's natural. After the game, you think that's it now. I was watching that and thinking.
It's because we've seen it in years gone by, haven't we? We've seen it where Leeds at this, it's cataclysmic. We have just folded at this point in the season.
Yeah, it is. You look at it and you think, if we'd lost that Preston game as well, you really want to get nervy. But that's the difference in this still East team.
And Oscar, it's a massive difference as well, isn't it? It's a huge difference.
You go back to like the Blackwell era, the Grayson era. Obviously the Grayson era. Simon Grayson was the hero. I'm not gonna. It wasn't Grayson's fault that season in particular. The Monk era, certainly the Blackwell and Monk era. You look at it and you think, we start to really shake and fold around this stage.
We're not doing it now, are we? We're not doing it.
We're playing better.
We're not shaking
again.
It sort of galvanised us today, doesn't it?
That's the difference.
And it's not done that in previous seasons. I feel like, 1 to 11, mate. I'm not going to go through every single player, but who are the people that stood out for you today?
Roberts has to be one. For me, Roberts and Click in the middle, I just felt really dictated things. So from the first minute, I thought, I know, obviously, you say about Click and Roberts do tend to push up too much, but I did feel sometimes Click was a little bit more sensible today. He did sort of drop deep occasionally when he had to and try and pick the ball out, play a little vertical pass and that lot, and just try and switch things up a little bit. Just try and get us on the ball a bit more. And those two have to stand out for me. just think it's like a team performance today.
I thought Hernandez was in and out.
Pablo,
I thought he was in and out.
He's come alive at the one crucial moment.
He has,
and
that's the difference, isn't it?
That's the thing.
Another assist.
For a class player.
Another assist.
I mean, what is it now? I think it's 13 goals, 13 assists. I think only Hazard sort of matching those kind of numbers at the minute, and
unbelievable.
That's what he's producing this season. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously Pablo, I mean, probably not at his best performance, but again, that's the difference with Pablo. We've had this debate about who's player of the season. The reason I'd argue Pablo Hernandez is even when he's not played well, even though he's had 89 minutes where he's been a bit quiet, he's still made one moment happen. One crucial moment happen to change the game.
But he hasn't made team of the season, mate.
Not real.
Unbelievable.
That's another discussion.
But yeah, no, it's a huge win today. Really paramount in Leeds United's season. 4 games to go, and we can see the finish line. I'm excited, mate.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm genuinely, I was watching the game and I was saying to my dad, I don't want this game to finish. I know how nervy it was.
Yeah.
I'm actually really enjoying the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I was watching Roberts. I mean, I was saying in the preview, I just felt he was going to be key in this game because Sheffield Wednesday, good defensively. You need someone like a Roberts who's going to try and take on a player, open up that space, create the overloads and all that lot. And I just thought, I mean, what a player he is to watch. He's 20. I mean, how good is he going to be?
Exactly, mate. He's 20 years old, for God's sake. I mean, he really is. And we've got rotation in there now. We've got Ruth, we've got Roberts that can play, in either in that similar 10 position. Click as well. I love how silky he is on the ball. I think the substitution was right. I think Tasha coming on, and that's once again his depth again.
Yeah.
And I hark back to, mate, the fact that Izzy Brown doesn't even get near this squad. I still think that is sort of a mediator of how good this squad is performing this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously there might be other reasons behind Izzy Brown not, obviously not maybe working hard enough off the ball, etc., etc. There's been criticism. I've watched a couple of under 23 sort of highlights and full games when I've been able to. I've got to say, Izzy Brown has looked good in those games.
Yeah, definitely he has. I've watched him.
He has made crucial. I mean, he's got something daft like 5 goals in a couple of games, and you look at him and think, he's a really good player. Maybe he might start getting on the bench. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt we'll see Izzy Brown again this season. That sounds quite deep, that, doesn't it?
Right,
that sounds quite.
Bit of a potential wasting of a signing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. But then something I'm going to say as well is I've been critical of the recruitment, particularly last summer. But you look at it, and you think Tyler Roberts, 1 million, Click, 1.5 million. It's an absolute, genius. To be fair, off Orta.
It really is, yeah. He's got a lot of credit to go towards him this season.
I was critical of Victor Orta last season. Yeah, I'll be honest, I was critical of him, but I felt
Marcelo Bielsa, mate.
Bielsa has took the players Orta has signed. He's agreed with what Orta's seen them. I think the problem with Orta was the start of last season is Snowden Christiansen was happy with his signing. I don't think they fitted into what Christiansen wanted, but Bielsa. He can make me and you like starters, couldn't he?
Then of the day, guys, a huge win. We move on now. It's Wigan next, isn't it?
Wigan,
another home game. We've got to win. We take it as it comes now with 3 points ahead. We're not getting ahead of ourselves at this moment in time.
Not.
Me and Oscar are going to go over to Pint, celebrate it tonight in Leeds. If any of you are out, make sure you come along. We haven't got any. To be fair, we haven't got a venue, have we? We're just going to go in. We're just going to go in and have a pint.
We'll just roam about.
Let's roam about. March on together, guys. Massive win and roll on Wigan. This is it.